So literal equations are just, they're equations that just have letters in them, okay? And you have to solve one variable in terms of another variable. So in this case, they say find h. That means you want to get h by itself, okay? Why would you ever want to do that? Well, lots of reasons, but does anyone know what this formula is? What is that formula? Area of a triangle. It's 1/2 base times height. You don't need to know that right now, but that's what that formula is. But suppose you just know the area and the base and you want to find the height. You could come up with an equation just for the height in terms of the area and the base. So to do this, you just solve it as if you're doing a math problem, except instead of numbers, you have lots of letters. So anyone tell me, how could I get rid of this 1/2 here? How could I get rid of the 1/2? How could I get rid of, what's opposite of dividing by 2? Multiplying by 2. So the first thing, if I had an equation like this, is this red? Oh, that's, I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So multiply that by 2, and multiply that by 2, and then what happens is the 2's go away on that side. Now I have 2 times, I'm going to write it in white again, 2a equals base times height. I still want to get h all by itself. What would I have to do? I get h all by itself. This says b times h, so how do I get rid of multiplication? Divide. So I'm going to divide both sides by b. Divide by b, okay? And then I could cross out the b's on this side. And what I'm left with is h equals 2a, what? Whoops, I messed up. You can't see that? You can't see the red? Oh, sorry. I'm going to switch. So I'm going to divide this by b as well. Okay? And so what I end up having after I divide is h equals 2a over b. Okay? So say I know the area of a triangle and I want to find the height, and I know the base. So say you have a triangle, I don't know, maybe that looks like this, and I know that the area is 100 and the base is, I don't know, 12, and you want to find this, which is the height, then you can plug into that formula. 2 times 100 divided by 12 will give you the height of that triangle. See that? Okay, so that's why you would want to use a literal equation. Let's do another example. What if I had 2x, and you will have things like this. Oh, now I have more examples. P over 2 minus L equals W. And I want to say solve for, what do I want to solve for? Solve for get P by itself. Okay? Who can tell me what would be the first step? Yes, Catherine. Because you remember, you go in the opposite order of the order of operation. So instead of multiplying by 2, I want to get rid of this L first. How do I get rid of that L first? Yep, add L first. Very good. So I'm going to add L. I'm going to add L over here. And then I have, I'm going to go down. Then I have P over 2. These go away, equals W plus L. And I can't really add together. I just have to leave them like that. Okay? And then what? How do I get rid of 2 on the bottom? How do I get rid of that 2 on the bottom? Multiply. Now I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. Okay? So multiply that by 2. Multiply this by 2. And this cancels out, and I get P equals 2 times W plus L. And you could just leave it like that. Anyone know what that's a formula for? Perimeter is the width twice the length divided by 2. Right? Okay. So let's do one more quick. Yeah? What if I see this one? New page. I'm going to have to do a plain white page because it's hard to see with these colors. C equals 5/9 F minus 32. Does anyone know what that formula is? Anyone know what that formula is? Doesn't that look familiar to anyone? Yes. Great. Very good. It's how you convert Fahrenheit degrees to Celsius degrees. Very good. Okay? So for instance, say I know that it is, anyone know what 212 degrees Fahrenheit is? What's special about that? Anyone know? Boiling point, right? So if I take 212, subtract 32, I think I get 180. And if I multiply that by 5/9, 9 goes into 180 how many times? You don't have to write this down. How many times does 9 go into 180? And what's 20 times 5? 100. So 100 degrees Celsius is the same as 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's how that formula works. But suppose what would be 32 degrees Fahrenheit? How many degrees Celsius? 0, right? 32 minus 32 is 0, times 5/9 is still 0, right? So 30 degrees Fahrenheit, that's your freezing temperature. All right, where's everyone going? I got 3 minutes, and I'm going to finish this, so just chill, okay? What if I say solve for F, okay? What do you think I could do first? This is tricky. Go ahead, Justin. You can't subtract F first. You got to get rid of this 5/9 first. Anyone? What's the opposite of multiplying by 5/9? How can I get rid of that? Dividing by 5/9 is the same as multiplying by the reciprocal. So I'm going to multiply by 9 over 5. Just hold on. Hey, get your stuff out. 9/5. Okay? This cancels, this cancels, this cancels, this cancels. So far I have 9 over 5c equals F minus 32. Now what? Now what, other than Justin? What should I do to both sides? How do I get F by itself? Yes, Lindsay. Add 32 to both sides. That goes away. I'm going to plus that 32 over here. Okay? So what I have is Fahrenheit degrees is equal to 9/5, and I could switch these around if they're addition. 9/5 Celsius plus 32. So now if you want to know, change Celsius into Fahrenheit, you can do it that way. Okay? And that's why you'd want to do something like that. Okay, your homework